Jim and talk to some of my friends and a few of my enemies. So let's go.
I have them paged.
Function here at Dim Jim. Some days I feel like everybody's going.
That's right. I mean, of course, in the dark, what happened recently, I went for the, what do you call, white
box. They think I'm still using that typewriter, Susan. They're not supposed to know I sold them.
Wonderful. Let me see. It's a very nice office.
And learned architects here at Dim Jim, Milan Spabinski. Yesterday, I certainly haven't made him because he's no longer working for me. Why don't you go first?
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
Ray Landy is one of my all-time favorites.
Now you can pay me $10 afterwards after she cuts the camera.
Actually,
down.
that
proposal that I'm working on now.
And I'll
so
probably
I can straighten up my...
Let me think.
Well, Keith already said that I'm a wonderful person and everybody knows it.
Well, that's very generous of your father, of your parents. I'm sorry.
My father's very generous. And this is what he ends up doing. I mean, where do you get a big Pepsi? John? John? John's not the camera. So I have a hard time finding some people. Or else they just don't want to say, Dad, this is my Christmas present. Millicent, I'm keeping Millicent's cat right now.
What do you think that? It's top secret.
But we'll come back.
Bye.
Give me that camera.
This is Matt Sweeney, who last year denigrated me on film in front of you.
But you apologized later.
And has been so embarrassed for so many years. This is what has become of Matt. He's moved into a classy office, has a view of Wilshire Boulevard.
Get the tree.
And he's got a tree, which is usually only for officers, so I don't know what's going on here.
I think you pan a little slow, a little fast for the tree.
Ray was standing in front of it.
Now, as you know, Matt, this is a Christmas present for my mom and Dad.
Did you say you wanted me to say something?
Yeah, don't get ahead of the script. I'm coming today. And I mean, there's one thing I'd like to ask you, but I want you to feel free to say whatever you like. What do you think of me?
Well, right now I'm in a pretty important meeting.
You have important meetings here? Well, maybe my parents would be interested. What are you talking about?
I think you're a real likable guy. There's no two ways about it.
That sounds like a euphemism for something else. You think I'm pushy by coming in here in this meeting that's important?
Putting words in my mouth.
Okay. I think maybe we ought to leave because I can tell Matt's preoccupied with
Ralph, do you know Ray Landy?
No, I haven't met Ray.
Good. I want to ask somebody that doesn't know him. What do you think of him?
Ray seems like a likable guy.
Oh, this is Ralph Ebert. Ralph's from St. Louis.
From St. Louis and Kansas City.
My father went to St. Louis and Kansas. Well, yeah, my father went to what did he do there? Residency in St. Louis. Got the hell out of there as fast as he could. Hey, I appreciate it very much, and I'm sorry for any interrupted meeting.
And it was nice talking to you, Dr. Landy.
Thank you, Matt.
Hope to see you next year at the same time.
We'll be back.
You'll probably both still be here.
Thank you. Sorry. Here we are back at the library. As you recall, Mickey was on the film last year. But Mickey had some unkind things to say about me. But I think she's going to make up for it this year. Mickey, this is a Christmas present for my parents. Can I ask you a question?
All right, Ray.
What do you think of me?
This is for your parents.
This is for my parents, but I want you to be perfectly honest.
They do love you.
Of course they love me, and so anything you say, as long as it's the truth, that's all they care about.
Oh, dear. As a practicing Catholic, thank goodness there is confession. It will cover any lies I have to make.
So lie then.
You're all right.
I'm all right?
You're all right.
Just all right, or how about all right compared to the other people who work this stuff?
Compared to the other people, you're super.
No question about it.
Mickey, this year did you find out what he does? Last year you asked,
I'm
said
still
you didn't know
not
what
sure.
he did.
I'm still not sure.
Actually, a lot of people ask that question.
But I hope your parents, in spite of having you as their son, have a happy New Year and everything else.
Thank you very much.
Seriously, he's nice to have around.
I appreciate it. And she only says that because I bring back books when I check it out.
I'll send you the bill later.
Sometimes.
Come on.
Now, this is what happens to a young guy from Pittsburgh who comes to the West Coast to try to make it good. In some cases like yours, it works. In other cases like his, it doesn't. This is Mike Sparrow, graduate of Penn State, didn't go to Pitt. That's still why he's having a little bit of trouble learning the ropes here.
I can't believe it.
We're back. The degenerates are back. And why do you like Ray Landy?
I don't like Ray Landy.
Don't give away the script. I haven't gotten to that point.
But he doesn't like you.
I haven't given him any money yet.
Oh, all right.
This is a Christmas present for my parents, Mike, and I'd just like to ask you one question. What do you think of me?
Ray, I tell you what, now that I know that your dad is from Pennsylvania, and I sort of have a better opinion.
Actually, Cleveland.
Well, I have a better opinion of you, but that's the only reason why. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with you. It's all because of your dad.
Let me preface this by the fact that Mike has aspirations of being vice president here and running this company someday. So he sees me as competition, and he's constantly trying to put me down. Is there anybody out here? So you can understand his point of view.
No, Ray, you got that wrong. President.
Oh, president.
The
I'm
company.
sorry.
I might let you be vice president.
I would really appreciate it. But he's one of these young guys who thinks he can run the company. So he looks at me as just somebody else to do work for him and make money for him.
That's right.
But he'll learn his lesson someday. Hopefully before January 1st.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye. Good morning, Dr. and Mrs. Landy. It's the next day. I'm getting ready to go to work, but I had to come out and do my chores here. I have 3 old hens and 1 young rooster left. They just have a time here living out their lives. We started with 24 chickens and only have 3 hens left. They're about, I would say, 6.5 years old, and the rooster was rescued from a dog down the street about 6 months ago. So it's kind of a Harold and Maude situation, but they all get along and have a good time. Before I leave, I'll pan my backyard. I live on the outskirts of Los Angeles. Right before you go up into Angeles Crest, Little Tonka Canyon Road is over between those 2 hills. It's cold. It's about 35 degrees this morning. I thought sure that we would have snow on the ground this morning, but it looks like it's going to be mostly sunny. Now for it's December 28th. Look at the blossoms that we're getting on our lemon tree. If they haven't frozen off, why, maybe we'll have some early lemons. Oh, there is some blue sky up there. Well, it's off to work we go. Was a grape arbor. We get lovely grapes, and a pen where we keep chickens that are in trouble, etc. This is the front yard. That looks out over San Fernando Valley, and there are some dark clouds way over the great. Oh, there's Roland's 48 Land Cruiser. Been trying to sell it. He really hasn't advertised it too well. He started to work on it himself, but computers came along and he kind of changed interests. Yes, I fully expected this to be white with snow this morning. Wouldn't have lasted long, but it would have been pretty. Oh, good morning, Matt.
Yesterday we were filming, and when Ray's there, I have a hard time being serious about what kind of a real performer and what a real person he is, and what he really means to this company and to to me personally as a friend, and I thought I'd just go over some of the things that really, really make Ray special in my mind.
Well,
Then there's I'm sorry, I really don't have anything.
I work on the second floor. Ray works on the third floor. This is the view that he would probably get from his window if he didn't have his drawing board right underneath the windows. His office is probably right about in the corner of the loft area there. We started this film yesterday, but my date and my time reverted back to day one, and I tried to rewind and have a new beginning, but I noticed that I didn't get back far enough, and rather than ruin our a beginning to this tape, I just left it. But this is Wednesday, December 28th, 1988, and we started the film yesterday on the 27th.
Good morning. Your son is a great guy to work for. He's so nice and very considerate.
Doesn't he ever have bad days? Does he ever yell at you?
No, not at all. And I've never seen him yell at anybody or get mad at anybody. And I know he's got some bad days, but he doesn't let those days affect him at all. Yeah.
Oh, Ray Landy, don't you?
Yes, I do.
You've never worked with him, but what do you think of Ray Landy? Be candid.
Ray's a nice guy. I don't know Ray that well. I'd like to work with him in the future.
He thinks highly of you, he told me.
He's a nice man. Okay,
Yeah.
here you go.
Thank you. We have Marlene Barkley, works with Mickey Conrad in the library, and I guess she's the boss. I always say work with, but she claims she's the boss here in Library and Record Center. How are you this morning, Marlene?
Oh, I'm just fine.
Would you like to wish a Happy New Year to the Landys?
Yes, Happy New Year to the Landys. I've known your son, well, for almost 14 years now, and he's a really nice person, and he did a wonderful thing this Christmas, giving that kitty a home, and now I hope he keeps it.
I understand he's giving it back on Thursday.
Oh, well, then he's not such a nice person. Yeah, he's allergic to it, I heard.
Really?
And that's probably all I have to say, Nancy. Turn it off.
Have the Pearsons, Susan and John. And what do you really think of Ray Landy? You've known Ray a long time.
Does he work here?
Ray Landy.
Well, I just want to say how proud we are, all of Ray proud, and what a terrific guy he is to work with, especially since he moved to another floor. And I want to say how proud we are of Ray for having done so much with himself, despite his questionable origins and all those years he spent in Texas. And we think this is largely due to the terrific friends that he has. I also want to thank Ray again for getting me to the church on time, and extend my offer again to share in the terrific happiness that this union has resulted in by making Ashley available to him anytime for babysitting on Saturday nights. Merry Christmas.
And I would like to thank Ray for spearheading the child care center that's now developed in his office, and for devoting a large part of his time to taking care of employees' children. And I know we've been very appreciative, and Ashley's been very appreciative. And he's just a real terrific guy, and we really appreciate all he's done for us.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to to Dr. and Mrs. Landy. I want to just say how proud we are to have Ray Landy with us and what a tremendous job he's doing for us here at Dim Gym.
Thank you, Chuck. This is Chuck Rendell.
Thank you.
Here we are in the fourth floor lobby. Julie Bishop, our receptionist for nigh on to 20 years.
I'm just going to suggest I'll ring her.
Give or take.
DMJ, good morning. Thank you.
Hi, Art.
Good morning, Julie.
Good morning.
Do you want to wish a Happy New Year to Dr. and Mrs. Landy here?
Oh, yes, Happy New Year. And have a wonderful New Year. And I know your son will, too.
Okay, here we are on the 5th floor. This is the floor I don't work on. In fact, a lot of people don't work on it. This is where the people that make all the money work. So I'm going to take you on a little tour of the 5th floor, and then we'll go out to the patio. We'll let Mr. Ebright walk by first. Come right this way. This is what we call our work gallery, some of the work that we finished recently. I don't know how well these will show up on film. This is some of the architecture and engineering.
I'm going to get back a little bit. Too fast.
I don't think I worked on any of these jobs.
Some of them aren't too recent. There's one I think that was completed in the mid-70s.
This is the Fermi Lab in Illinois, which is the predecessor to the Super Collider job, which we hope to get in Texas. The Vancouver light rail system, which was opened up for the Vancouver Expo several years ago. The Glass Hotel in Singapore, the Moscone Convention Center in San Francisco, and the shuttle orbiter facility. We didn't do this, we did the building. This is where all the executives work. Now it's Friday afternoon before New Year's. I'm sure everybody's gone to play golf, so there's probably nobody in here. But we'll take a quick walk around.
What are you doing here? Does he know you're doing that?
As I told you, they're all vacant.
Should get a picture of some of these offices. They're walking so fast. They redid the 5th floor about 2-3 years ago. Catch up with Ray here.
This is the president's office.
Kind of silhouetted here, but we'll go upstairs.
And this is the 5th floor patio, where a lot of people come up to eat lunch. And everybody who has to smoke a cigarette comes out here as well. Arrested him, Jim.
Goodness.
Right behind me is iMagnons, where Nancy loves to shop and loves to get gift certificates for all the wonderful work that she's done. And I think she deserves one. So I hope you enjoy it. Merry Christmas.
There's raffles and rows. I hope this lighting comes out good.
You'll do a close-up?
I'm doing a close-up so I can
see all my cavities.
Oh, do you have some?
Here. You put my chest out so I have a good view. Okay.
Oh, I think that's going to be a good picture. Hi, Ray. Hi, Lori.
Nancy, it's wonderful to see you tonight.
I can't hear you, Ray.
You might turn on the machine, it helps a little bit. It's wonderful to see you tonight. Keep it steady.
I will.
This is Laurie Fox.
Hi, Lori.
Don't you need a light for this?
Huh?
Don't you need a light for this?
Yes, but Roland said I couldn't bring the light.
Why?
Because it would be too annoying to people.
Yeah? Well, it's really wonderful to see you
What are we
tonight.
doing here tonight?
The only reason I am here tonight is to hand out their prizes for matching the old timers with their photographs. The only reason. And because Laurie was nice enough to ask me.
Well, that was nice. This is the awards dinner. I think it's the 32nd annual. It's a black and white theme. Ed? Oh, get you right on there. There's Mickey, a 10-year award winner there.
I don't want to go to Hawaii.
I can sell you one sure right answer.
That's all right.
Indiana, gorgeous. I hope this comes out.
Yeah, we're going to come around.
Oh, great. I wished I could hear you, but this is such a din, it probably won't pick up.
I don't sing very well anyway. Congratulations. You look fine.
Get Yoshi too. I don't like
Okay, there. That's great. Noisy in here to pick up the sound. The room looks absolutely gorgeous. See us?
Yeah.
And his wife is back. Sneak up on Ray and Lori here one more time.
They're ready.
Are you having a good time?
This will go back to the clothes, right?
I'll play right into this.
Tell me, Carol Ann, what do you think of Ray Landy?
Wait, Landy?
Why don't you ask me what I think of Carol Ann Bailey?
Oh, that'll be good.
My husband showing videotape. This is Ray Landy and Lori Fox. When I say I'm really working, I'm walking for
I don't know if this is going to come out at all, but I am going to go with this away and join the party. They're about ready to sit down. This is Universal, Sheraton Universal, right next to MCA.
Well, we already knew.
There's my husband, Roland. Hi, Roland.
Hello, Nancy.
Good to see you here at this party.
I'm glad to be here.
Yes,
your guess.
This probably won't come out at all, but this is looking over toward MCA and out over the valley. Never tried this before. The lights is the Ventura Freeway. I'm making my way to my seat now. They'll soon be calling everyone to sit down. I'll just get a head start. It's a lovely room. I do hope this comes out.